Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to the My Comic Book Journey podcast. I'm your host, Kennedy. And today's topic will be Comico Comics' Jezebel Jade, issue number 2. And I have to say that I'm really loving this little mini series here. It's only 3 issues, but my feelings is that Jezebel Jade is one of those characters that if they made her a movie character, I feel that it would do well. It would do well as an action film because I can tell you this issue alone definitely had some John Wick vibes. So pretty much where we're at right now, this was released back in November 1988, written by the legendary William Messner-Loebs, illustrated by Adam Kubert, and edited by Diana Schutz. And this is way back in 1988 when the Johnny Quest series was releasing by Comico, and definitely one of the award-winning series because it had wonderful writing and artwork. But for this issue, the story continues with Bannon, Race Bannon, and Jezebel Jade still working undercover. She's still playing around that she's this other character, which she's not. She kind of faked her own death and wore contacts to be this other character. But for the most part, the two are being targeted right now. And wherever they go in Hong Kong, there's someone there after them. And what is happening in this issue is that she's starting to succumb to the poison that she got from her last fight when she got whipped, and the whip had some poison in it, and she is just barely hanging on. I mean, she still has a lot in her, and in fact, she's more than once saved Bannon's butt in this issue. But it's a pretty interesting thing because you see her of how she works with the underground, how she gets her information. Bannon's just like shocked by the way she's acting and the way she's behaving and the way she carries herself out, because not much is known about Jezebel Jade, but what he sees from him making sure that they disguise him to look Chinese by wearing a hat and everything so he doesn't stick out, to also paying the money that she steals. She's like a Robin Hood. She steals from the rich, but she gives to the poor, even though the poor might not be the good people. But the thing is, they provide her information of what's going on in the underground, and she takes care of them as long as they take care of the stuff that she wants hidden, or she needs to stash something immediately, and that's where she can depend on these people, usually in the boat areas. But yeah, it's a really an interesting issue. I really don't want to go too much into it or spoil it, because saying too much about it would be tough, but yeah, it starts off like the last issue with Johnny and Haji, reading the book, and they're just amazed of how well written it is. But then going to the storyline of Bannon and Jezebel Jade, whether or not this is a based on the real life situation, not real life situation, but real life situation within the comic books, real life of Race Bannon. Did he experience this and that's why he wrote a book on it, or did he just create all these characters and stuff like that? It's just a really interesting premise. And I think, if anything, it's just the way the comic turned out, maybe the artwork or the writing. It's just really well done. But if anything, yeah, it seems like a kind of reminds me of a John Wick film, because remember how John Wick had all those people targeting him. Everyone wants a piece of the pie. It's the same thing right now. These two are being targeted, and people doing whatever they can to get to them. And it's really interesting to see how they try to survive and try to get by, but So far, issue 2 has been very solid. In fact, I kind of like it better than the first issue because it actually really, well, actually both of them are really well, but the second one really delves into the somewhat partnership that Jezebel Jade and Bannon Race Bannon has, and yeah, it's just really well written and just exciting overall. Action packed, and I think it's one of those issues where you're just like, damn, this is this was very good. And of course, Adam Kubert's artwork is just wonderful. Okay, everyone, that is it. That is Comico, Jezebel Jade, issue number 2 from November 1988. And again, written by William Messner-Loebs, illustrated by Adam Kubert, and edited by Dennis Schutz. Okay, everyone, you take care, and I'll see you later. Wink, wink, and see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.